All right, YouTube fam. So today I wanted to talk about environment. So I do read a lot. So a lot of what I say comes from books, but also from my experience of what I notice. And I'm not gonna lie, like when I read, I notice that I become more aware of things, right? I become more aware of what holds me back. I become more aware of how I could be more successful. I become aware of how I could be more disciplined, more consistent, and it really helps with that. But today I wanted to talk about environment in general because I read this quote today and it said, one of the most effective things you could do to build better habits is join a culture where your desired behavior is normal behavior, right? And I've noticed that when I started fitness, right? When I started fitness and I met, fit people, my goals made sense to them. I wasn't speaking Chinese, right? Because when I tell my goals to some people, they're like, yo, what the fuck is you talking about? Especially in the black community, right? Because it's normal to kind of be heavier set and, it's normal to have, thick and be big and eat soul food. In the Caribbean community, a lot of rice and beans and big portions. So that's more normalized. So when I would tell somebody that, they'd be like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? You want to gain muscle? That's like, just you're fine. You're young. Just eat whatever you want to. Right. So nothing I said made sense. And then when I started talking to fit people, then they understood the language, man. It was like I was, it was like community feeling. And it was amazing that they knew exactly what I was talking about. I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm trying to gain some chest size, some trap size. They'd be like, oh, cool. I used to be where you are. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. And it just makes you feel like 10 times better because it's normalized. And we as humans, we like to fit in, right? So if you go to a community where everybody's fit, you're forced to become fit, right? You're literally forced to become fit. You hang around people who are fit, they're going to hold you accountable just with their actions. Another thing is it's easier for you to execute your goals when everybody around you is either at your goals or chasing the same goals, right? So for me personally, when I first started working out, my homeboy in nursing school, as far as like his chest and his traps and his shoulders, he was definitely at my goals, especially like his chest, traps, and shoulders. Specifically, they were at my goals. So I was like, dang, bro, this dude really did it. And he would be doing, certain workouts that I've never seen before. So then I started to incorporate them and then I started to make progress too, right? And it was more normalized like that. Before then, I would kind of start a workout and then tell people around me and they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, that's weird. Like, we don't do that. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to quit working out because it wasn't normalized, right? But once I got in that community of, people, or just one or two friends, honestly. You don't need like 1,000 people that are fit, but just like seeing one or two people do what you're trying to do and be where you're trying to be helps you a lot. That's why people always recommend like mentors and things. It really does help because your mentor is going to understand your goals like nobody else will, right? Like if you have, for example, if your goal is to start a tech company and be fit while doing it, then find somebody who started a tech company and who was fit while doing it, right? And once you do, then everything, all your ambitions, all your dreams, all your goals make sense to them, right? So for example, like when a lot of my clients come to me, they think that their goals are huge, but since I've been around, since I've trained so many clients and I've been around so many people with positive mindset regarding fitness, I don't think their goals are that big, and I know they're realistic, but to them, they've never said their goals out loud, and they've never had someone accept their goals and be like, yeah, that's definitely possible if you do this, this, and this, right? They never had someone walk them through that, and the people around them, it's not normalized to, be eating more protein, drinking more water, like a gallon of water a day, going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, walking more. All that stuff is just not normal. Hiking, a lot of that stuff isn't normal in their community. So then when they do it, it's like they're going to be kind of ostracized, but they still need that support. And then they get to their goals. And then everybody starts asking, like, how did you do that? How did you do this? But your community matters. The people you hang around matters. Like I said, for me to get to the next level of leanness, I did not get to that next level until I saw someone who was at that next level. And I was like, are they on steroids? Like, what are they doing? And then I worked out with them and then I saw the routine and I was like, oh, well, this is the most disciplined motherfucker on earth. That's why they're lean, right? And then I started incorporating those habits because before then I had like this threshold of, I can't go below, 1,900 calories or 2,000 calories, right? And this person was just like, I'm just eating whole foods, keeping it super clean, probably eating 1,700 calories a day, and they're shredded, right? And they had no problem. They had high energy. And I was like, oh, shit, let me give it a try. So I ate whole foods, dropped my calories down a little bit to like 1,800-ish, and then I got shredded too, and then I was able to maintain that, right? So a lot of times, a lot of us want to discredit people's success and things like that. But in reality, if you surround yourself with people who are at your goals, you'll realize that, oh, wow, they really did work hard, but they also think differently. Like the way you think is huge when it comes to, this fitness journey. That's why I always talk about it. And some people in the comments that don't know how to think and are out of shape and don't have profile pictures because they're out of shape, those are the kind of people that would be like, oh, well, he's lying. Mindset doesn't have anything to do with it. And that's why they're not at their goals. And that's why they'll probably never reach their goals. They're very closed-minded. And yeah, they're very closed-minded and they will never realize that the way you think the people that surround you matter. Because, for example, there's been a bunch of studies done that obviously if you have an obese family member or if you have an obese friend, you're more likely to be obese. If everyone around you is a smoker, you're more likely to be a smoker. When I worked in a detox, and my first job was detox as a nurse, right? I've worked in probably 20 different detoxes in South Florida, right? And a few in North Florida too. But anyways, what I noticed was a lot of the people who were, addicted to heroin, addicted to alcohol, addicted to cocaine and things like that, most of them weren't like crazy or like, they were all normal people. The only thing was their environment, right? Because I would ask them, I'd be like, oh, okay, like how about your mom and your sister and your friends? Their mom, their sister, their friends, their grandpa, their grandma, their cousins, all of them were doing heroin. So it was like normalized in that environment, right? Once you take them out that environment, obviously they're gonna be able to change their habits a little bit faster. The only problem is if you send them back to that environment, their temptations will be in their face, right? Which is obviously a factor as well, because yes, discipline is important, but if you're just in the wrong environment and you don't realize that you're in the wrong environment and how it's affecting you, then you'll never be able to get out of it. And another thing is, I read this in a book, but I also believe in this like wholeheartedly. Like most people have a similar level of discipline. I'm not saying the exact same, but most people have a similar level of discipline and similar level of like willingness to, avoid temptation or to say no to temptation, right? But the people who are successful, especially in the fitness journey, they just stay out of those situations more than the people who are unsuccessful in their fitness journeys. And when I thought about that, I was like, that's definitely true. Because when I was in my first year of college, my first semester, I was drinking, hanging around a bunch of people who drink. It was normal to drink. It was normal to eat whatever you wanted to. You ate pizza at night after you went drinking. Then you woke up the next day. You ate whatever the cafeteria had, some fried chicken. All that stuff was normalized. Fried foods was normalized. Candy, junk was just normalized. So I got skinny fat, right? And then once I got out of that environment and I really wrote down what I wanted to do as far as my goals, and I started consuming only content that was like positive or fitness related, like Beast Mode Jones, Jeff Lowe's, things like that, then I noticed that I was getting leaner, right? And it was easier to, I stopped going out. So it's easier to say no to alcohol when no one's, offering you liquor, right? No one's offering you liquor. It's going to be easy to not drink liquor. No one's offering you candy and junk. It's easy not to eat junk. Like, for example, guys, here's the thing. I always say this, and I think this goes over your head, but it's very important what you consume, right? Obviously, what you consume is important, but it starts with what you buy from the grocery store. A lot of us buy like junk from the grocery store. I know a lot of people that are like, dude, like I need to get lean. Like I want abs. I want to lose fat. I want to build muscle. They say all this shit, but it's like, you have to see exactly what they're eating. Like they bring home Cheetos. They bring home a rotisserie chicken, which is probably the healthiest thing they bring home. They bring home gummies, soda, juices. There is no protein, right? There's no eggs, there's no lean meats, there's no fruits, there's no vegetables. So if you're not surrounded by the things that'll help you reach your goals, how the fuck are you supposed to reach your goals? Like, just think about that. How can you reach your goals if you're not surrounding yourself with things that'll help you reach your goals? So number one is that, surrounding yourself with healthier foods, leaner meats, more fruits, more vegetables, right? Because when you surround yourself with it, you eat more of it, you're gonna literally crave healthier foods more. Because when you eat more healthy food, you're gonna crave more whole foods. When you eat more shit, you're gonna crave more shit. That's just how it works. All right, that's literally just how it works. If everyone around you eats McDonald's all the time, you're gonna think it's normal, right? Now, if you go into a fit environment and you eat McDonald's, people are gonna kind of like give you a look. They're gonna kind of ostracize you, and you're gonna be like, dang, I don't wanna not fit in. So then you're gonna eat healthier. I know that sounds like peer pressure, but that's positive peer pressure. If that keeps you off high blood pressure medication, keeps you away from type 2 diabetes, I call that positive peer pressure. So make sure you surround yourself with like-minded people, right? Like if you have a goal and someone is going against your goal, like for example, if you're in a relationship, for the fellas and for the ladies, I've had a lot of ladies come to me and they're in a relationship with a guy who doesn't want them to get fit, probably because if they get fit, they'll pull more guys, obviously. So those women end up like breaking up with their man, and then either halfway through their journey when they start seeing a lot of results, or before their journey starts, because it's gonna help them get to the next level. Number one, you feel me? Like if you're losing weight and you're actively losing fat, and your significant other is eating like shit and telling you to stop eating healthy, you need to get rid of that person because they're not supporting your goals, right? So that happens a lot, and that makes a huge difference. If the person that you're closest with does not support your goals and they're in your ear every day, of course that's gonna have effect on you mentally and physically, right? If they're always saying some shit, some negative shit, that's just gonna drain your energy trying to go against it. Because you gotta think about it like this, guys. Here's the analogy. You're rowing on a boat towards your goals, right? And you have somebody on the boat that's a naysayer. They're rowing against you. So in order for you to get to your goals, now you have to row harder, right? So you got two choices. You can keep them on the boat and keep rowing harder, or you can kick them off the boat and you can get to your goal faster. Now, the fastest way to get to your goal is when you add on people who are going in the same direction. Now, if you row at that same speed you were before and they row at that same speed, now you're going to get to your goals faster. That's how it is when you surround yourself with like-minded people who are in shape, who are at your goals, and who have the mindset that you want them to have, or a mindset that you have as well. Hope this helps. Environment matters. Like, comment, subscribe.